Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasliman kathira. This is the first homework lesson, video lesson, preparing us for week 3. It deals with verbs with weak middle letters. The reason why verbs are important, as we mentioned previously, is because the verb is the way that you find the word. And in the Hansware Dictionary, the very first entry of a word is the verb, which has its symbols. Can you recall some of those symbols? Definitely, there's the isolated vowel letter A, I, or U that comes immediately after the word itself. The definitions begin with the word to, and you will often see Roman numerals like Roman numeral 2 or 3 or 4 and so on. Those are the indicators of a verb, and that's our starting place when looking for any words. The words that we are looking for will generally come after that. And so we want to talk about a unique type of word. And so I'll give you a second just to look at the words in front of you. And I want you to see or notice how they're similar. All right. So you'll notice that they all have an aleph here in the middle. That aleph is actually not an aleph. Well, it's an aleph in front of us, but the origin of that aleph is not really an aleph. So when a verb is weak in the middle, when a verb has a weak letter in the middle, and what we mean by weak, there are 3.5 weak letters, if I can say that. So waw, ya, aleph are all definite weak letters. And then hamza, the A letter that we learned in the introductory class, that's also a quasi semi-weak letter too. So what does it mean that they're weak? It means that they're not always standalone letters. Sometimes they make their own sound. Sometimes they extend sounds. Aleph is the weakest of those letters because it only extends a fatha. It doesn't make its own sound. So there will never be a vowel on an aleph. If you see a vowel on it or if it makes its own sound, then that's not an aleph, it's a hamza. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Well, not later in this class, but at a later time. So all of these have alephs in the middle. And so this aleph, as we've said, is not its own letter. All it's used is for elongation. Another thing about weak letters is that they're interchangeable. So sometimes a waw will change into a ya, and a ya will change into a waw. Sometimes a waw or a ya will change into a hamza, and sometimes they'll all change into an aleph. So here, all of these alephs that we see here in the middle represent a waw or a ya. The original letter, again, aleph is not its own letter. The original letter here in the middle, even though we see an aleph here, is not an aleph. It's either a waw or a ya. Now I'm saying waw or a ya. How do we know the difference? Well, we cannot know the difference because all of these are the same. And so the way you will know the difference is either by knowing the word itself or by knowing derivatives of the word or by looking it up in the dictionary. Okay, so what do I mean by knowing derivatives of the words? Well, sometimes words that come from that verb will indicate what the middle letter is. I'll tell you, you probably know what the middle letter is for this first one here. Is it a waw or is it a ya? Well, let's recite a surah from the Quran that's very popular. Surah Al-Fil. Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil fil. ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا وأرسل عليهم طيرا. Okay, so the word طير meaning bird, طار is our verb meaning to fly. طير is a bird. Now when you hear the word طير, does that sound like a waw or a ya in the middle? Sounds like a ya in the middle. So because we know the word طير, we know that this aleph is originally a ya. How did we know it? We knew it from a derivative, from a word that comes from the verb. But as many of you are beginning in Arabic, you probably don't know too many derivatives. So Our only recourse is to look it up in the dictionary. So when you look these words up in the dictionary, you're going to have to look up ta, wow, ra, or ta, ya, ra, and see which one you find. Or qaf, wow, lam, or qaf, ya, lam. You have to look both of them up and see what you find, because you'll find that some of them will be just wow in the middle. Some of them will have two different words, one with a wow in the middle, one with a ya in the middle, and they'll have two different meanings. You'll only be able to know that by looking in the dictionary. What's important here and why this is an important lesson is to know that if you are looking for this word, you will not find it under ta, alif, ra. That's important. Why? Because ta, alif, ra is at the very beginning of the ta section, whereas ta, wow, ra, or ta, ya, ra is at the very end of the ta section. So if you don't know that this alif is originally a wow or a ya, you'll be looking in the wrong place in the dictionary, getting very frustrated because you cannot find the word. Okay, so we're going to look at the first two words here, and you know what you're going to do when this lesson's over. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So our first word here is tara. We've already talked about it, and we've already deduced that this aleph in the middle is a ya. But let's see how that looks in the dictionary itself. So again, each of these has a middle aleph, and so we're going to begin by looking at tara. Okay, so tara, we said, originally is tayr with a ya in the middle. Okay, how does that show itself in the dictionary? Well, remember again, when you look up tara in the dictionary to figure out if it's a wow or a ya in the middle, we know it's not an aleph. Then you're going to look up ta, wow, ra, or ta, ya, ra. You're going to look up both and see what you find. Now, when you find it, so we found it here, ta, alif, ra, same here. You're going to notice outside on the parentheses, ta, ya, ra. Why is that there? It's there to let you know that the original letter of this aleph is a what? Is a ya. So hands where, again, that's why hands down, this is the best one volume Arabic English dictionary you're going to find. Put that molded in the closet. This is the one here. Okay, so we know that tara, the aleph in the middle, is originally a ya. Hands where points it out to us. We also know based upon the derivatives. Okay, so qala, we know that qala, the aleph is a wow in the middle. How do we know that? Because we looked it up in the dictionary. Actually, the PowerPoint slides that I've made was supposed to do this where the definition came up first and then this came up second. I don't know what happened. My animations are all off, so we just have to deal with it. All right, so here qala means to speak, say, tell something, to speak. Okay, so we see qala here, qaf, alif, lam. Yeah, but that aleph is not really an aleph. To find this word, we would look up qaf, wow, lam, and qaf, ya, lam. So where did we find this one? We found it under qaf, wow, lam. Qaf, wow, lam is the root. When you get there, you'll see qaf, wow, lam in parentheses, and you'll see the aleph after that. Okay, so this is letting you know these are the original letters, but you're going to see that as a verb with an aleph in the middle. Okay, so this qala here means to speak. What do you mean this qala? Because you're going to see that qala also can have another meaning. So qala, we said the aleph in the middle represents wow in the previous word. You're also going to find that it can be a ya that is the original letter, but the meaning is different. So here's qala again, same letters, qaf, alif, lam. But notice here there's no wow. Here there's a ya. Why is there a ya here? Because here ya is the middle letter, not wow. Now, when wow was the middle letter, what did it mean? It meant to speak, to say, and so on. What does it mean here? To take a midday nap, to hold siesta. They call that a qaylula. Qaylula is the nap you take in the middle of the day. Okay, so qala, yeah, means to take a nap. It also means to speak. Okay, how do we know the difference? Well, when it means to speak, there's a wow that's the original letter. When it means to take a nap, the ya is the original letter. Okay, so what we've talked about is Aleph. And that Aleph is one of several weak letters. Alhamdulillah. Those main weak letters are Waw, Ya, and Aleph. We said that Hamza is a quasi-weak letter, yani that it's sometimes weak and sometimes not. Why is that important? We said because these weak letters are often interchangeable. When you see Aleph in a word, it's either going to be extra, as we've seen with the fa'il form, or it's going to be representative of another letter. Okay, so if it's representative of another letter, it'll generally be representative of a Waw or a Ya. How will you know that? You'll have to look it up in the dictionary. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.